How is it going, everybody? The most anticipated show of the year, the show after Mania, is today. FlurrySports Podcast. How is it going? Last two nights have been WrestleMania Part 1 and 2, and today, as is the annual tradition, second time, we are ranking every single WrestleMania match. WrestleMania 41?
41. With
41.
With feeling.
Yes. In season 10. I got that nailed down.
Yeah, true.
That is
there now. Yeah.
Yeah, that is one of the hardest things I've ever had to figure out on the show is every episode in season 9 figuring out which season it was.
True.
Season 10. Confidence is sky high, but we are going to go through all of the matches, probably like 12-ish, 10, 12 matches. We're going to rank them on a tier list and just the matches, but we can talk about the debacles of Stone Cold versus Barrier. Stone Cold versus Beers. There's probably other things that happened that I can't really think of right now, but you know,
the celebrity cameos. If we had any favorites, I have a clear one.
Or entrances. There's some pretty good entrances.
Fun. Yeah, that's good.
We'll talk about it all. If you're in the comments and watching live, either watching live or after the fact, definitely let us know. Also, off the top, this Thursday NFL draft, we will be live during the first round of the NFL draft. Myself and Trevor pretty much for the entire thing. Jake may make a cameo. Luke Reimer is the man on the streets, feet on the ground in Lambeau, at Lambeau, in Titletown, giving us every single scoop possible. So you definitely want to tune in for that. That will be a very fun time, I assume. Anything you want to say about Mania, about the situation before we jump into it? Shout out Shannon Sharp. I'll say that off the top.
Shout out Shannon Sharp. Also, we didn't say this off air. Definitely watch the Heyman interview from today on McAfee. I thought John Cena was pretty good.
He was good.
I'm going to wait to fully watch it till after the show tonight. I was like, I kind of want to see what they do first. And then, because he really wasn't hinting at anything. But I was like, I just don't want to.
He was pretty strong in like, if anything comes close that you're asking, I'm not going to answer anything. Like, I'm not even going to beat around the bush. I'm just going to completely refuse.
Yeah, which I liked. Like, he was like, let's just do an interview, which was fun. But first, if you need a second on the ground reporter Thursday, we haven't talked about this. If you want someone who have boots on the ground in Kaukauna, Wisconsin.
Oh?
Pete Osmond.
Really?
Near and dear, visiting my grandparents. Because it's my grandma's birthday this weekend. He just figured out today that coincided with the draft. So he's like, we're trapped.
But he's not going to the draft. He's just going to be near.
Yeah, just near. Bad plans. And he was like, yeah, we had like reservations. We're going to try and cancel those.
Sell those.
Yeah, true.
Somehow.
Sell them if you can. Because like Kaukauna is half an hour away. But I mean, they're going to be there. They'll be everywhere. So, but he will be around if you need a second reporter. The only things Mania related is I will say generally, I had a pretty good time with it. So we'll talk about that in the show. So, but I'm not wholly positive. But if you're going to get me to be bummed about wrestling, today is not the day.
Okay. That's good.
I will say you and I watched along with the one, the only Bloody Dan. We were
Shout out to him.
Person. Shout out to him. What a day.
Big day for him.
Yeah. So we were together on Saturday, and I will say my perception is that most folks think first night was weaker. And I am just giving a heads up, no matter how it influences us, that we watch that show together. And I think that tends, I would say usually make some things probably more enjoyable.
100%.
So that's good context. Also, just for sickos in the chat, in case they want to talk about it, I really enjoyed the NXT show. I watched that prior to y'all's arrival on Saturday. And this is a recommendation for Zach, and everyone else can do it too. Everyone who likes wrestling should watch the main event, Obafemi versus Trick Williams versus Javon. Don't remember. Young OG, smiley guy. Don't remember his name, but he's cool.
Okay.
He doesn't win. Spoilers. But, that was awesome. And I think everyone's favorite wrestler should be Obafemi right now. He's so cool. And so young, just like too good at this sport. already. Sure. He cut a promo this week. He's like, I'm 50 matches in. Frick you all. And I'm like, this sucks. You're too good at what you do. Also, Zach, new favorite tag team. I'm excited for you that you're about to watch a tag team of, their name is Hank and Tank.
Hank and Tank, okay.
Hank and Tank, two big chubby dudes who their gimmicks were that they were originally NXT custodians.
Okay, that's very good.
Yep. Trained up, found like a friendship with each other, and then trained up to be in the tag team division. They lost to a bunch of teams, and then in this last stretch have like learned their lessons like a Karate Kid moment. They've like taken in all the losses, and their gimmick is they run at each other, go choo choo, and then they slap bellies in the middle of the ring. And mash folks. So I'm excited for you for definitely your new favorite tag team. Hank and Tank.
Yeah, sounds
right up your alley.
Boy. Can Otis join them? Yeah, is there room for one more?
Would fit the mold completely. And they're also like, they're doing crazy moves. So very, very good. But otherwise, Zach, let's get into it. Because I'm excited. Oh, we want to do the fun guesses ahead of time?
Oh, yes. Okay, so in terms of a video clip here. Let's just do this. So we're going to rank WrestleMania 41 matches here from best to worst on a tier list. The dynamic here is Jake is the everyday wrestling diehard. I sort of tune in for the big events, and I am Attitude Era wrestling fan. A little bit more into it now, but in terms of like WrestleMania, I knew the bare minimum of some of the storylines. Yeah. And then I watched it all. Except for the first two matches, those are you. I haven't watched those two. That's on. Yeah, that's on you. And then, Jake's the everyday guy. So we have two very differing opinions here. And with that being said, what is your favorite match? What's your least favorite match? You're going to guess mine. I'm going to guess yours. Here.
Yeah, but these are teases. Yeah.
Okay, so you want me to guess what your favorite and least favorite was, though?
Yeah, I do. And then we'll leave them for the viewer to think as we go.
Okay, so you are a Gunther fan. And I did not see the match. I just saw how he tapped out like a bitch, and that can't be your favorite. That would be despicable if that was your favorite. I think your favorite match, and I don't think this is like it's going to be a bold take. I think it's just probably what you think was the best overall match is going to be night one main event. I think you liked the triple threat match there. A lot of things going on, a little bit of chaoticness, a little bit of storyline. You got some Paul Heyman. What's not to like about that? So I think that's going to be your favorite. Least favorite? I mean, is it going to be the Clash of Clans match? Probably. I'm going to go with that one, even though it is ridiculous. But I'm going to go that's your least favorite.
Those are good guesses. I'll elaborate on those as we get to them. For you, I'm also going to go chalk on the favorite pick. And there was one match that has a few people in it that you like. And so I'm going to go with that one. I'm going to stick chalk and think that your favorite match was the international or the intercontinental match with Braun and Dom. And the other two, I think you like Penta okay. I don't know if you have any opinions on Penta.
I do.
That's what I thought. Like so, yeah. So I could see it not being your favorite, but I think it's definitely up there. So I was like, okay, we'll go easy there.
Really quick question. Is Dom over? That
confused the shit. Over.
That really confused me. Wasn't expecting that.
Well, going into this, I just think everyone figured out like, oh my God, he's going to win. And we just have all agreed he's such an ass. I think it's like fans do that sometimes where it's like, I just think we all agree he's good at it. So now we're all like approved. Okay, go for it. But yeah, so smarky crowd and he's right into that. But no, he's super over to the point where I'm like, I don't know if they're going to keep him heel. So
right.
We'll see. They should just have him do the exact same thing. And if he gets cheered, he gets cheered. But least favorite, there's some that I was trying to think of, like, what's the one that I'm like, because you didn't watch anything else that you were like, this is a nothing burger and just bored. Just because inside baseball, you entered the apartment to Jade versus Naomi.
That doesn't count. Yeah, that's halfway through. It doesn't count.
Absolutely. Okay, good. That helps me out. I am going to go. Whoa. I'm going to go. Do I go Logan Paul? I'm between Logan Paul and I don't think you like the Charlotte Flair Tiffany match very much with chip teeth. I think I'm gonna go Logan Paul AJ as your least favorite because it was like disappointing.
Fair enough.
Could have just been the main event too. So we'll see. We'll talk about it.
Okay. We will talk about it. We will rank all of these matches. I do have it in order. So many. So we will go in order. Again, first couple, you're doing the heavy lifting here. You got Jey Uso and Gunther. Where are they? What's your overall thoughts? Here we go. Of this match from S to D. So SABCD for audio listeners. Audio listeners, go to the Flurry Sports YouTube page.
Yeah, please do. We'll do our best to help you out though today, but I get it. Sometimes I just listen to my videos too. But for me, I think the takeaway from this, especially in the whole weekend, is if you separate out, which I hear you if you don't. If you separate out, I wish someone else was in this match with Gunther. This is an opening heavyweight title match. Should have been so much more. I thought the match was enjoyable. Like, I thought I was in on the story of like Jay was just doing all of Gunther's moves and pissing him off. I agree with folks that Gunther tapped out like a bitch too fast. But I feel like the idea was that he was I don't think this is the end. Like, I think Gunther clearly has had Jey Uso's number more than once. And Jey Uso did a totally different strategy. But listen, it was an opener. I thought it was fun. I definitely don't think it was bad. And I would disagree with folks who thought it was a bad match. I would agree with you if you thought, okay, you could do more, whatever. Sure. So to me, that's a B.
Okay.
And I would understand if people were mad that the other heavyweight title match was only a B. But it was all right. It was fine. They could have done a little different with it, but I'm happy that Jay still won the Rumble. And I saw that opener. I was like, here we go. That's fun.
Right. Yeah. Kicking it off with a title match is good too. I saw it's like canon that Gunther taps, which is interesting. Like, he's like this big, like, super tough guy. But then if he gets into a submission, he just taps super early. I don't know.
Yeah, he's like a technical dude where it's like, I think they're trying to say, here's what I'll say. I get pissed that every tough person just passes out. I think that like cheapens it if everyone does it. And so I somewhat get like Gunther being like, it's over. I'm going to just tap out. I also think he's supposed to be a dick heel. So I think him coming out and being like, now I'm going to wreck you, sore loser, is fair. So I don't necessarily like, here's my question to folks who didn't like the D tap so quick. Would you have liked it that much more if he just passed out? That would have not changed my opinion on the match for me. But second match of the night was the Clash of Clans tag team match.
Yes. New Day versus War Raiders.
This was, the question was, what was my favorite and least favorite? This was my least favorite match of the weekend. You got this correct. It was not the worst match of the weekend because I thought it was wrestled fine, but they just didn't do anything. Like, when I say it was Clash of Clans tag, it was just the entrances. They just had like pretty shitty outfits. Like, they tried to make them look like, animated outfits come to life.
Sure.
But until they told you they were Clash of Clans, I just thought they were really cheap Party City Viking costumes. I was like, that's not great. Only one team did it, just the Viking Raiders. Then they announced that. So it wasn't like a gimmick match at all. And then they just wrestled it normal and straight up, which these two teams are really good. But there was no story going in. Big E didn't show up.
Right.
Like, it was just... So there was no heat. Like, this was the match that I was like, I don't even understand how this was on Mania. Like, pitched this way, with no build. I know how it was on Mania because they went, oh, we've been making a big thing about the New Day heel turn. That should be on here, but they haven't done anything with it. So, and they've lost a bunch. So I just don't understand the booking, first off. And then the match, no one should watch it. It's so skippable. Like, if you went back and watched this, I would really judge you. And that's the only match I feel this way about. Like, there's just it was fine. They'll have it again on Raw probably tonight.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So to me, this is D because,
wow.
I think D tier to me is going to be like actively bad, like not skippable, like bad match. And unfortunately, I know it was wrestled okay, so it's like on the tier for me. But this was the match that also I was most mad. I'm like, the SmackDown titles weren't on this show, which everyone's been complaining about, and these were instead. And no angles at all. Just a straight up, somewhat clean finish. And long, not a short match. So yeah, bad time. That's there. And then is it the last one I get to ride solo, which is Jade and Naomi? You came in at the end.
Yeah. I saw the finish.
Yeah.
So didn't see much of it. What I got out of it was there was a close call with one of the slams, and Jade Cargill's very strong. That's all I got out of it.
So this is tough for me because I thought Jade looked good, but I think it was tough because they built it as a blood feud and Naomi looked super credible, and then it was just a squash match. But I see, this is where I'm like, for different reasons, I want to put it B because it was not as good as the Gunther J match, but also I think it probably did what it was supposed to do. Like, Jade looked good. That move that you saw at the end looked like she killed her. Yeah. Which I don't know if it was supposed to look that way, but it was. No, it's probably a C because you could skip it. It's not bad, but you could definitely skip that match.
I think that's fair. Yeah. From the little I saw too, is like they're doing some cool stuff, but it didn't really. I don't know. There was just there's no pizzazz, you know what I mean?
It was a little in between. Like I was like, you should. I think they could have had more stipulations. Period. And this was one where I was like, just make it a fist fight. Just like put him in a cage or something.
Sure, yeah, might as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next one is the United States Championship match. You got LA Knight and Fatu. It's pretty good. So this is the first one I watched. Saw the full one.
Yeah.
Yes. So entrance wise, LA Knight coming in the car was very cool. Love, to your point when we were watching it, love a window roll down in a convertible to reveal who you are. That's very good.
Yeah, with the driver.
Yeah, right. Overall, I think.
What do you think of Jacob Fatu's werewolf entrance with the mask?
It was okay. There's a lot of masks in WrestleMania.
Yeah, true.
That was like the theme of the night. Fatu's entrance was whatever. I thought he did a good job. I think like getting his like whole thing across, in the win and stuff, I think was good. I feel like LA Knight could have been substituted for anybody. Like I feel like he did almost nothing.
Yeah. I really feel like they put a lot on the one spot where he kind of caught him out of the air.
Yeah.
And I can't decide if that is the best possible way that could have looked. It's a hard move to do catch in the air.
It is. This wasn't a WrestleMania match, and it feels like, and again, I don't know storylines going in.
Yeah.
And I haven't paid attention for a while, but like I remember, a few months ago, LA Knight, even as of a few months ago, LA Knight's top of the world, right? Everybody loves this dude. Yeah. And this just feels like we're throwing him away now. Like this feels like the end of his run to me.
I kind of get that, but I'm a little lost here because what I don't know in this match is like, what could they have done different to make the crowd think LA Knight maybe could have won just because Fatu was obviously going to win? But that I feel like what was missing because I do think LA Knight is still really over. I just think we were all resigned to Fatu winning. And he looked really good. But that's the problem that I agree with you on is like, well, it was never in jeopardy. It was not a squash, but I feel like Knight didn't look great.
But like name one like spot where the crowd got behind Knight. Like I don't think there was one.
It was just weird. Yeah. God, you think C?
I think C. It wasn't D, but like, I would say C.
It's definitely not D because, I mean, probably actually exact same as the one I was just talking about. That one was a showcase for Jade, and like Fatu's the dude. Like, he's great.
Sure.
But you know what? Great example. they didn't want to do this because they didn't want every match to have like 3 people in it. But listen, you should have just done it. We would have been fine. We would have figured it out. Imagine if this match had the energy of like the Intercontinental match the next night, because Fatu's that fun. Like add Braun Breaker to this match, or Braun Strowman. Better example because he could have been in it. I think this gets a lot more fun just because there's another body, just a little more chaos. Because Fatu's going to win, but we get to see how it happens a bit. So I agree. Here we go, though, Zach. We're in it now.
We are. Now we got the Battle of the Gulf.
I almost think this is your favorite.
Yeah, it is close. We got one of the best entrances of the night. El Grande Americano, which is incredible with the mariachi band with the filter over the screen.
This was awesome. This is exactly what this entrance should have been.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. The whole thing is that he's appropriating the culture. Like that's what it is.
The video package was someone else speaking over his English. That's great.
That was incredible. And then I had no idea who Rey Fenix is.
Yeah.
Don't know who he is. So I thought he did good. I have no idea who he is. Feels like there's a lot of luchadors in wrestling right now.
They just signed a whole company of them.
They did, notably. I feel like they need to work on like separating them. I feel like this person is this.
Give them characters. It's like the problem they had with women 10 years ago where they're like, look, women. And it's like, okay, how about some, we could do this. We can do this. Do what you do with everyone else.
He may as well have been Ultimo Dragon. Like I don't know who this guy is.
To me,
that's fine.
I want to see if you agree with this. To me, I'm giving this match a little bit of leeway because Rey Mysterio was hurt.
Sure.
So to me, it's like for a fill-in guy match where because I think everyone's like, oh man, the luchador lost. Well, it was, but Rey just got hurt. And really, it was to build the other luchador at ringside.
Did he get hurt Friday or was it earlier in the week? So, like, literally no time to plan this. They had, like, legit spots, though, which I think is impressive.
I thought the match was super fun. That's what I was going to say. Is I thought a really fun match. Listen, I'm not going to not give you a B, in my opinion, when you put a steel plate in your mask.
Yeah.
And did the fun. My favorite spot was he kicked it.
He did. That broke his foot. That's tough to come back from. He came back pretty quickly, but it's tough.
I'll be curious.
It was okay.
I am with you, though, on they need to build up some person. They're almost there on Penta. Penta's the best one they've done it with in terms of a character. So Penta just needs to win a feud now.
Sure.
And then he's good, which I think I kind of hope they spin off him in Breaker, honestly, for a bit. Could be fun if they don't move Braun up the card right away. But otherwise, I just kind of thought I'm worried that El Grande, is going to beat too many luchadors because that shouldn't necessarily be the story. Is he should get his comeuppance at some point. I think if I had a fantasy book quick, super fun story for I really want Chad to be insecure that no one's giving him credit for it. Like the start of the story is, I'm not El Grande Americano. And then about halfway through, I want to be like, no, it is me. Why doesn't anyone think I'm any good? Like they're like, yeah, but it's not you, is it? So I think that's funny. But also, it's a bad mix if we're not giving folks personalities and then we're just beating them. Like, I
don't think that's like to the detriment of this match, though. I think it just is what
that's what I'm saying. I think people are getting stuck in that. This is a B match for me, man. It was fun. It was a really fun time.
Yeah, I was between B and A. So yeah,
is it A?
I think it might be. This wasn't my favorite, but I liked it.
This is a good filler. I think A in my head is like if we scoop all the A's and S's out by the end of this, we have one sick pay-per-view. So I could do A for now, and we can move it around when we get to the other ones that are definitely an A.
Sure. Yeah, let's do that. Next one then, Tiffany Stratton, Charlotte Flair. We had our own storyline going on in the apartment, which I think made the match better probably.
People really like this online.
Did they? I mean, Tiffany Stratton's in it. Like I liked it too. There's reasons people liked it.
She won. She should have won. She looked, Jesus Christ, she got the hell beat out of her.
Yeah, she got the shit kicked out of her. Like, thank God she won. I feel like Charlotte Flair just does the same things every time. I'm sick of it.
I think she's a good heel. I think she's a good heel.
She is for sure is a good heel, but like in-ring stuff, like she's good, but she's not exciting to me anymore.
I agree with you. I think she is one of those two where it's like I definitely get that when it's like you watch Mania to Mania, and I can imagine her Mania matches looking identical.
Yeah.
Like she's doing the same thing. I'm a dick who's putting over this younger person finally.
Yeah. And there's some weird, very raw spots in the match with Tiffany Stratton. I thought oh, she doesn't know how to run off the ropes yet. Like shit like that. Yeah. Like there's some weird stuff.
I came away from it and not even for listen, Bloody Dan, big Tiffany Stratton fan by the end of it, favorite wrestler. Yeah. But I seriously came away from him like, I'm in on Tiffany. I think she makes you like her, which I think is good. So for me, this is to compare to a match you didn't see. I thought this was very Jay Gunther. I thought it was a B, like pretty darn good. I could see how they could do it better, but
yeah, I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Next, okay, so then it's the main event.
I thought you would dislike that more a little bit.
That match?
Yeah, we liked it, but by the end we were like, is this going to end? we were a little there with it. Yeah.
I mean, I'm between B and C for sure. Like, it wasn't good in my mind, but it was fine.
I think it's better. I think it's better than the other two we have in C. So that feels good to me.
Yeah. Okay. Triple threat. This match was great. I mean, hour long. Got Paul Heyman. You got some theatrics. You got the sliding of chairs. You got a couple low blows in this match. Yeah. Like incredible. The intros. CM Punk, I think, had the best entrance of Mania. I thought that was awesome.
Oh, that is the best. All three intros were good. Roman's was Roman's, but I liked the whole point was that he was on his own. Like it was less grand than all of his other ones, which I thought was good. I agree with you on Punk's. I thought Seth's was a close second.
Seth's was good, but like Punk's the video package leading into it too. And then the live performance is great.
Yeah, that video package alone, I'm going to rewatch that.
Yeah, it was cool. Like that was his first promo in the company, right?
Yeah, very, very early. Yeah, he was still in ECW. So they had bought it by then, but still. This, I'll answer a question from you earlier. Not my favorite match. When you said it, I was like, oh God, is it? So it's up there for me, but it wasn't my favorite, but I thought this match ruled. I mean, to talk about the booking of it a little bit, again, we were live for this night, and this was the match, to give it credit, I was like, as a wrestling match, actually hooked Dan, which I was like, that's a good sign. We were all in by the end, which I was like, good. And also, the story was really well done. Like, I was like, it sucked that Paul Heyman rocks, and him waddling on his knees to Roman and then looking so emotionally crushed when he low blowed two people. That's wrestling. That's so good.
I mean, to your point. So Dan, who we watched it with for reference for everyone, just like understanding.
Yeah, true.
This was the first time he's ever watched wrestling.
He didn't know how triple threats worked. He was like, it's over. They don't have to pin the other guy. Like first time ever. Right.
So, but even he like picked up what the storyline was. Like they just communicated that so well. So, I thought it was really good. Obviously, they're all very good.
Yeah.
In ring, obviously, they're probably the best. So, to me, this is an S match. This is my second favorite match, and I thought it was awesome.
I think it was probably the best match if you involved what the story was with the in ring. I'd be like,
I think it's the best match for sure. Second favorite for me.
I would agree. Second or third favorite for me, but I agree. I also just want to give a shout out though. Like they did such a good job with a few of the character parts that I was like, the only thing for me is some of it was so good. I will probably like it more when I rewatch it because the in-ring stuff was probably better than I remember it. Because I remember the in-ring being pretty good. And then from Roman, like toddler tantrum, like being so upset and then sending both folks through tables. And then Punk's face when Heyman slid him the chair, all of Heyman stuff. And honestly, the best story they did, because Dan was in on it from the go. He's like, this Rollins guy sucks.
Yeah, he didn't land a match for a move for over a half an hour.
Yeah, but that was the thing. He needed it. He needed the win with Heyman. So it was like, they nailed this. It was so good. So, yeah, such a fun one. And what I liked is like, no one after this was like, oh, this shouldn't have been main event, which going in was like, should this be main event? And like, if anything, now I feel like people are like, this should have had a belt on it. But no, really good. S for me. Easy.
Yeah. Okay, moving to Sunday then. First match on Sunday was that triple threat, right? Yes. So the triple threat women's championship. Io Sky, unfortunately, Bianca Belair, and then Rhea Ripley. Boy, insufferable Bianca Belair. Like, she needs to get out of the company, kick her out, cut her hair, shave. We need to shave your head.
You were so freaked out by her braid.
It's so gross.
I know you don't like it. I think we're gonna probably disagree on this match. I'm happy to be wrong. Maybe the way to put it, I bet I was more into it.
I was into it. I will say that. It wasn't bad.
I'm going to say I'm a close tie, but I do think I'm going to say this was my favorite match.
Okay.
But I, again, like the main event the night before, I just want to give him points for nailing, like, Io didn't get a big entrance. The other two got, like, Bianca Belair got the Boys and Girls Club on stage. Every young person that could ever be a role model to, which I did like.
She did that last year too. She's full of herself. I don't like it.
She leaned into being a heel, which I liked in this match. Rhea was great as always. And I thought Rhea was maybe the silent MVP of it because she was just so desperate to win. But Io was supposed to be the afterthought, but was great throughout. By the way, why wrestlers don't do more taunts that just are them pointing at themselves? I told Claire, I'm like, that's genius. That's so good. But I really think Io is like one of my favorite wrestlers in the company. And so I'm probably biased, but I just like it when they're like, oh, you made the right call. Like, you didn't pick one of your pets. You didn't pick pet projects, I should say, like Bianca and Rhea more so are. They were like, no, Io should win. That's the storyline. And now they have, I think, 3 studs coming out of it that all feel like you are all main eventers. Like, I don't feel like anyone got worse from it. I'm like, we could revisit any part of this feud, feel good. And I thought the in-ring was really good. I know they did it twice in the same night, but I popped both times. Never leave an opponent up on the turnbuckle.
No.
Never do it. But yeah, Io coming in hot, winning it, was it for me. I really, really liked this.
Okay, so if I was ranking it, I'd put it in a B, but I will default to you.
A. We'll split the difference, which I think is fair. I just liked it a lot. But I think
it's better than like the Charlotte Stratton one. So I think,
and it's for sure better than Jay Gunther. So I think that's fair.
Okay.
I also think it's probably better than Grande Ray, but it's there. What's next? Is it the Fatal 4-Way or is it the Hardcore?
It's the Sin City street fight between Drew McIntyre and Damian Priest. Spoiler alert, least favorite match of
it was. Oh, it was. Okay.
Literally fell asleep. Not good. I can't coming into it as well. Little biased because they picked the 2 most boring wrestlers at the company to fight each other.
Guys. Yeah.
They have no person. They just stink.
I like Drew a lot.
Their characters are that they're bad, in my opinion. They're just not exciting. Oh, he's a big guy who does some flips. The only surprise of the match, Jake, was that he didn't do a stupid ass turnbuckle stunt where he sits up.
That's the only thing. You do hate that. I don't know why they were so allergic to spots in this one. I felt like it was pretty tame.
It was all one note.
Yeah, and again, another one. People online like this one more than I did too, because I'll never rewatch this. I think everyone was like, cool, Drew won. But I'm like, yeah, Drew, but what was the story? I definitely think the point of this match was just to give Drew a win. And to be honest, I really liked Damian more at points, and he did nothing here. It was so boring. He took every spot, by the way. Talk about doing no offense.
Yeah.
He went through, I believe, 3 tables, took a foot to the face.
True. I mean, okay, so why can't he? McIntyre, I almost fucking forgot his name. He's that boring. He used to be exciting when he had a sword and did stuff with the sword. Okay. Yeah. So I liked him then. Honest question. Is there one Damian Priest fan? Like that would blow my mind. Really? What's he done?
I think he's underappreciated, but maybe that doesn't make me a fan. I really liked him when he was part of the Judgment Day and with Rhea. I think he's a good God is my witness. If he was ever just somebody's muscle, everyone would like him. I think he's got good personality and can be a good beat 'em up guy. He has no character on his own. They haven't given him one. He's had a hard childhood. I believe that is his character.
Okay.
Sincerely, and I don't see that to be mean. They even said it on commentary. They were like, he grew up in the Bronx and in his home country, and he knows about gang life. And I was like, okay, feels, again, maybe even more racist than what Paul Heyman said on the
For sure.
show. And also, like, how does that, and he lost the street fight, by the way.
That's a good point.
To the Scottish guy.
Yeah. This is the fight he should win.
Yeah.
Drew, I don't understand. Was it booked like super heavily as street fight? Like this is going to be insane,
these two
no
can't
rules.
wait to beat each other up. Like this is a blood feud.
Yeah, I think it fell short then.
It didn't happen. It was, maybe this is the best way to tee it up. What letter would you give it? And then I'll give a good segue into the next match. Because to me,
I'd go C, I guess, but like, I don't know though. No, it's worse than.
I'm cool with you leading the charge on D. I'm in on it.
It's just, it was nothing. Like, does anything come from that? I don't understand it.
They just go do their own things now. I think Damian takes a little time off and Drew goes back into the title scene, which I think is okay because he'll have more to do. Here's what I was going to say. They had 4 table spots, all of these hardcore weapons, and about half the energy of this next match, which has to be your favorite, I'm guessing. No,
but I really like this match too.
You love the Logan Paul match.
No.
No, oh my God. I hate you so much. I know where we're going. Okay, I've landed on it.
I really like this next match though. Hey, you don't know what was going through my head during a shorter match that's coming.
Oh, actually, there are a couple options left, and some of them I would really understand if you did. But the Fatal 4-Way,
this match is great.
I had a blast. This was so good. By the way, we don't get enough pops from the crowd just when a guy's about to. This is cheap because they are tying this into this person on purpose. I sincerely, though, get very much when Dom is right and over and hitting his best spots. I mean, definitely Eddie vibes. Like, when's the last time you got a pop from a crowd when a guy just looked at somebody who's supposed to be on the same side as and went, I could fuck you over right now.
That's true.
Like, you can't, it's not on me, it's on you. You can't turn it back on me.
That's a good point. Unfortunately, that is a good point. So Dom was great. Like we were talking about earlier, confused me because I didn't know he was over. So I was like, are those cheers or those boos? Like, no, they're definitely cheers.
Probably
what's going on?
But by the end, all cheers.
Right. Braun Breaker is a monster.
Braun is probably one of the best dudes in the whole company.
He's so good. I mean, the fact that he's launching himself and doing spears now, like just in-air spears.
Carlito, by the way, has been serving his company for about 20 years now, just taking missiles.
True. You didn't no apple spot for Carlito.
No,
but maybe next time. But there's nobody there who wants to be cool, which is the reason why that didn't happen. But Penta, we talked about. Penta's awesome. I really like Penta. Finn Balor, I've watched him so many times. I still do not know what I think about him. He feels weird. He feels like the weird kid.
He was good in this match and this is why I was kind of thinking of LA Knight and Jacob Fatu. That's what I'm saying. Of like, you can get away with it if it's like all Finn was in this match was, please don't win. You are the wrong choice. Yeah, that's how I felt anyways. Like, Penta's so cool. I'm really in on Dom right now because he's such a scumbag. And if Braun win, I'm like, yeah, you're the best. Sure, win forever. So I thought it was fine to have one dude in the match. It was like, not you.
Yeah. He's awkward to me because he feels like the kid who wore trench coats to school.
Yeah, 100%.
He's just a weirdo. And then I remember the first time I heard him talk, I'm like, this dude's not even American. Like, that weirded me out that he had an accent. That's
really
odd.
Irish. Yeah.
Super. That's the last country I would think he's from. He doesn't seem Irish to me. Like, Sheamus is the Irish guy. What do you do?
It looks so Irish. Yeah, correct. So
right, but he's good. Like, that's not to say that he's not.
He was good in this match. He had a good role to play, which is almost got away with it, But you don't mess with the dirtiest player in the game, dude.
No. Is this Dom's first title or no?
Dom's first singles title on the main roster. Correct.
Singles title. Okay. Yeah, this was a great one. I'm fine with this being an S, to be completely honest.
I think this is an S because this is as good as this match could have been, I think. Yeah,
I think that's fair.
I would also say maybe one of the most the crowd was into it the whole show. Like, they had chants, they were singing for Braun. I was like, they're so into this. Yeah.
True. Now this next one.
Oh, can we take one pause to say,
of course,
that you had a great pitch as we were texting today, which is, if Braun shows up and he is part of whatever Heyman's got going on, this is money. Now is the time. Just throw him. Honestly, I would also be okay. Feed Jay to him tonight. To be like, all right, Jay, you had your moment. And the whole deal was you really prepped for Gunther and it took you 4 shots. Braun's here right now.
Yeah.
And he's too excited.
Mm-hmm. I also like the thought of, well, first off, Heyman's going to be electric on the mic and just speak for Braun, and then Braun will just bark. And then slowly Heyman will degrade to also barking. And I would love to see that as well.
Yeah. Like, he can't help it. Like, it's a other like, hoo. Yeah. My tribal dog. Yeah. So I think, I think that's good. All right. This next match, I didn't even think about what you thought about this. This is your favorite. I love this match. I was like, you're not going to know who Joe Hendry is.
I had the weirdest, most trippy fucking, just looking at him. First off, his character was awesome. That's very funny.
Yeah.
I had to look it up. He's just saying his name over and over in a song. That's awesome.
Yeah. Makes all his own music. Yeah.
I'm like, I know who this guy is. Yeah. How do I know who this guy is? He's DM'd me a fantasy football question before.
Really? Oh my God. Get him on the show, dude.
I figured it out. I finally found him, but he doesn't follow me anymore. Or maybe he never did. I don't know. But I'm like, I know who this motherfucker is. Like, I know this hair. It was tripping me out.
Hey, shout out one working man to another, Joe.
I guess. Fans. Yeah, definitely come on the show. Release your new single on our show. That would be great.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say, you have to look it up because he, especially on the indies, but somewhat in TNA, he also makes parody songs of his opponents.
Oh, really? That's fun.
Yeah.
So it's a TNA champion for people who don't know, and WWE owns TNA.
Believe in Joe Hendry. Down. Yes. They do not own TNA. Weirdly.
Oh, they don't.
They have a partnership, which I believe is We Will Keep You Alive. If you loan us Joe Hendry biannually at this point.
Sure.
It seems.
Right. So he was the replacement for Kevin Owens.
Correct.
So Kevin Owens hurt, out for potentially ever.
Yeah.
So Randy Orton needed someone to eat, and it was Joe Hendry. Randy Orton is the biggest. He's Brock Lesnar.
When did he get so big? That's such a good observation by you. Yeah.
His thighs are insane. He is Batista. He's so big and so roided out.
He's so big. And this match I'm so glad you liked it this much because this match was awesome. What a palate cleanser. But also it was awesome because it was action figure meets real life human being. It's like Joe Hendry came in, hit every emote, had the crowd going, and
the Randy Orton doing it at the end.
Oh,
was so good.
Randy Orton RKOing him mid pose, which I like that in theory, like it's out of nowhere, but only to us.
Right.
To them, you should have seen him the whole time, I think.
Right. The camera work, it's so funny just to zoom up on him, then Randy just snapping his neck, essentially.
Yeah, I saw some discourse, so I'll just acknowledge it here that it's like, oh man, great. You buried TNA's champion. You brought him out, fed him to Randy Orton. This was such a fun 10 minutes.
Yeah. It wasn't, it didn't do more than it needed to do, right? Like they didn't waste time on it. And it just put Randy over for his 20th Mania or whatever it is.
I also don't think it made Joe look that bad. Like, okay, Randy got him. Randy's been getting people for 20 years. He's been eating people, apparently.
The legend killer or whatever.
Yeah.
Right?
So
he just did it to another one.
And he's on Mania. To me, it's like you could run this match back if you wanted to and make it more of a thing, and I would be so into it. But no, I'm also in on Joe Hendry's entrance being so much longer than the match.
Yeah, for sure.
He got all of his moves in. He got the hits. Yeah,
people know who he is now.
Yes. No, 2 things in a row. I'd be in if they should do this. Like he was Rumble, he was Mania. I think if he made a run at next year's Rumble, perfect. Bring him in.
I think
do
so
it
too.
Then. He eliminates Randy.
Honestly, that would be awesome. Yeah.
Finds his camera. Who's like you. Yeah. That'd be good.
I want to put this on A. What do you think about that?
Yeah. I think this should be A because it was great. It can't be S, but for what it was, like everyone knew Randy was going to win no matter who it was. So they had a good time with it. Because also Randy and John Cena is heavily rumored because Backlash is in Randy's hometown of St. Louis.
Gotcha.
So
okay. That'd be good.
Yeah, be slow. So we'll see. But no, good pick. Okay,
so
thank
slow. Holy shit.
Zach, I thought your favorite match was going to be Cody John for a second.
No. I'm not a Cody guy. I think he's boring already anyway. Then John Cena's just walking around.
All right. I've got one match left that I really liked, and it's this next one. So can't wait. Yeah.
Logan Paul, AJ Styles.
No, I thought it was the tag match.
No.
Oh, it's Logan AJ? I did not enjoy this match.
It wasn't great. Is this Logan's worst match?
I think so. I think it was like, why was this on Mania?
True. Yeah, there's no stakes. There's nothing. Obviously, I don't know any storyline.
Yeah, and like that was kind of the thing. Was Karrion Kross was like, you obviously need to like Logan's going to beat you because he's going to cheat a million times. Which, by the way, they did again in the main event. Like, don't
exactly.
And also did the same thing where it was like, I don't need you. Lost.
Yeah, good guys finish last. Can't do that shit.
That's what I took away from the show.
Yeah,
good guys are idiots.
Everyone wears a mask.
Yeah.
Logan was fine. He had some decent spots. He had a spot where he almost ruined it, and then I don't know.
Yeah, what does Logan do next? I'm sincerely like I'm not a Logan Paul fan, but this was the first match where I was like, what are we doing with you? Like you're not around enough for me to really invest in you, you know? So I'm like, you're just kind of a dick.
Does he pretty much just do the live event stuff?
Basically, and he shows up before these big shows, you know, and he kind of comes in, gets involved, but he really doesn't further anything. Like he's just there and he's in it because he's good, and his record, I guess, on paper is pretty good, probably because he wins matches.
He was champion for a second, right?
Yeah, U.S. champ. So
was he like during normal shows with the championship?
Yeah, 100%. But he did probably like a show a month, you know?
Sure.
And he'd come out, do stuff, but like he was with people like Kevin Owens, who I think did a lot of the TV work.
Sure. Yeah. So
to me, this was C. It was just boring.
Yeah. I mean, in-ring work was fine. That's not the knock against it. It just didn't do anything. Now, this next one, to your point, this is the best of the remaining. The women's tag
left. This is correct.
Well, I mean,
the last one too. I got what you meant. Yeah.
This was probably the most exciting Oh no, the Dom one was good too. This was one of the best matches of the night for sure.
Yeah.
Becky Lynch makes her return, and then I mean you got Liv Morgan in it, so I enjoy this match as well. I mean, lots of good stuff.
Yeah, Liv Morgan, that's true. Good call by you. I also think this hot take. I don't feel like people are talking enough about how attractive Lyra is, but it's because she always dresses like a bird.
Yeah, I have a bird phobia, so like take the wings off.
I've like seen photos of her, and I'm like, you're like a supermodel, and then like she comes out and is like, God, I'm like, what? It's a weird gimmick for you, but take the wings off. That is funny. I need you to know what the build to this match was, because I was like, Zach's really gonna like this match because you have no idea what the build was.
Sure.
You have the tag champs, and then Lyra was supposed to team with Bayley.
Oh yeah, not just saying like Bayley got attacked or something.
And they like built that up because Lyra and Bayley had a feud. Lyra won and was like, "Well, you know, I respect you though. Let's go for the tag titles." They earned their shot, and then someone took out Bayley, which I have a feeling is going to be revealed to not be Liv and Raquel. Which I do like this. I do like this, which is, if that is true, this will be the second time that everyone just thinks they attack someone, because that was also the case with Jade.
Okay.
And so that is a funny beat to have a heel team that's like, we're actually not as big of dicks as everyone thinks we are. We actually haven't done anything bad. We're just a-holes is a good character. So I'm in on that. But so they wrote her out a week ahead. Kayfabe, she's not hurt at all. The whole plan was, let's build up this team randomly. Let's get them in this match, and then let's have them fake take Bayley out so we can get Becky in instead.
Okay.
Wild build.
That's good. That's a good build. It's more wild just considering all the other people missing for real reasons.
Yeah. That's the thing. Like, we had a other mystery thing. Again, put the two mystery people on other nights. Could have done that too. But I do think this match was so fun, and I hope they do something with it coming out of it, because no one cared about this tag match going in, and it was like a really good match, and Becky's awesome. Like, as soon as she showed up, I'm like, oh, cool, like star power. But I am with you, and they've been building this, and I'm like, oh, fuckers, you didn't do this on purpose, but you got it. I'm in on Liv. Like, I'm like, Liv's great.
She is. God damn it, she is.
God damn it, she is. We agree. To me, this is A.
Sure. You can set S. I don't care. Liv Morgan's on top. There you go.
It's fine.
It was fine. Now, okay, so main event. This is polarizing, obviously, and we knew it was going to be. No matter what.
I can't believe The Rock didn't come out.
It's insane. Like,
I can't believe The Rock didn't come out.
And like, I was checking my watch. I'm like, okay, it's not 10 yet. We got like 15 minutes. This can't be the end of the match. And then look again, the match is over. Something else is going to happen. Nothing else happened. It was to start it from the top. Love John Cena's entrance with the no video package.
So now that we're at this one, I think two of my favorite entrances of the weekend were probably here. We didn't mention Tiffany's. Tiffany's Barbie entrance was good.
Yeah, that was good.
But John Cena's PowerPoint templates entrance, great.
Yeah, that was good. And then the dirt bikes with Cody was good. And he had some Iron Man mask thing, which was fine.
Well, I kind of thought the whole thing with Cody was John Cena did nothing. And Cody said, oh, you're not going to use that budget?
Sure.
Motorbikes, fireworks, steel mask. I like that, where it's like, I'm everything you're not. I thought that was kind of fun.
My whole thing, though, John can't turn it off. But John always has some new merch to market, and he always pushes it during his fucking entrance. When he's healed, John, it should just be nothing. Stop it. Like, I don't like it.
Okay, you did miss that bit. If it helps you out, okay. That is a good promo. He had a really good promo where he was like, he admitted that, and he said, like,
okay,
I'm not gonna do anything I normally do. He's like, frick you, buy my merch. Like, he was basically just like, so that was one of the things I felt they justified, because he was basically like, you want me to do a bunch of different stuff now that I'm a heel. No, I don't want to. You're going to buy the same. I'm going to wear this because it's still a big deal that I'm not coming back. And
if they're doing that, they missed an opportunity because he always, like throws it to some.
I think they missed
fan. True. But he always throws the merch to some fan, does all that. What he should have done, market it down the ramp. And then when you get to the end, act like you're giving it to a kid and then either just take it away or wait until they pay you and then take the money and put it in your pocket and then give it to them. Because that's a good heel move too.
Yeah. I also would have liked if he just like gave it to a fan and then, Bird. By the way, they blacked out the Bird on night one. We didn't talk about that.
They did.
That was wild.
Stone Cold got it. Well, not Stone Cold though. And then Stone Cold got it.
One. Yeah, straight up.
Oh, by the way, the Stone Cold counting the people in the crowd is the best.
Yeah, Stone Cold counting the people in the crowd. By the way, crowd, it took you like 5 folks to get it. What are we doing?
Yeah, not great. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. Finally, by the way, people are really reacting to Stone Cold slamming into a barricade with his RV. And my reaction is, how is this the first time that's happened?
Did you see with the ATV, he missed the ramp at first because it had too much punch. He missed the ramp and then he got up there that had too much punch going around the corner and he slammed into the barricade and then the woman had a delay fall.
And this was, by the way, a true story of Icarus flying too close to the sun. Because Stone Cold, did you really need to do another lap?
He had a good lap.
That was lap 3. I believe
Take
it was
notes from Undertaker. 1 lap is fine, then park it.
Yeah, Stone Cold always needs another bite of the apple. I did hear this, which is a funny take, which is you wouldn't have heard this, so I repeat this now in case folks have already heard it. But the report now is that Stone Cold turned down the opportunity to be in the main event last year instead of Taker's spot. Like they asked Stone Cold to do it, and he just said no. He was like, I'm not a part of it. It feels weird to adjust myself in and just get a paycheck. Mm-hmm. That felt weird, Steve? That you came here and killed the lady? you showed up here? You couldn't have listen, we talked about this last year. I was a big proponent of the random dong. He could do that. I was waiting for that in this one.
Same. Honestly. In the main event, it was needed. They needed a little more something, not just Travis Scott.
Yeah. So for the match itself, what did you think pre-Travis?
Like, I just thought they had like very calculated spots they had to hit, and they were just walking towards it. Quite literally.
It's hard. I want to see another one with John because maybe I'm getting ahead of myself, and we can talk about this more if we need to. I really think this match only needed The Rock to show up. I don't think I would have disliked it at all if it would have just been The Rock came or something else besides just Travis, because imagine all the hubbubaloo of last year. You throw that at the end of this match, I would have had a good time.
Yeah.
Too. Like it was just setting up for something else that didn't kind of come. I'm in on John Cena walking very slowly, hitting shoulder tackles and looking like an asshole while doing it. Also yelling every move he's going to do.
Right. That's good.
Like a Pokemon. Yeah.
I think this match, like, it didn't feel like a Mania main event, which is the issue. But like this felt like this was the main event of Royal Rumble. That's what this should have been. And then like they queue up for
and then
Mania.
We build to it.
But I will say the whole point is the main event of WrestleMania, then it's, end of that chapter, and then night after Raw, we're starting that new chapter. And I think it's doing that, which I think is good.
I'm excited about John Cena as champ. I am. It doesn't make me less excited about that. He took off Cody's nameplates right away, which I think is a funny move. I'm wondering if he's going to keep the title at all. Like, that's where I'm like, it's like, I'd also be down if he just like, told you, I'm out. He's just like, I'm just done now. Like,
his whole thing on McAfee today was, I'm going to ruin wrestling starting tonight. So, so
takes an axe to the ring.
Maybe. So obviously for people listening to this after the fact, Raw hasn't happened yet for tonight.
Yeah.
But what this main event, I think, was with Rock not showing up, it just felt like doing something unexpected for the sake of it being unexpected, like a very Vince thing, which I didn't like. I think they're going to explain why.
Yeah.
I think they're going to explain why Rock wasn't there. I think it's going to be part of this story, which isn't going to be satisfying.
I don't even know if I want them to. I think, and this is all based off of reports and who knows, the report coming into Mania for months was that Rock was not going to be here. And everyone thought they were lying, of course, because this is my interpretation of what happened. I sincerely think The Rock was able to be at the shows before Chamber and at Chamber and wanted to do something. And he's now an owner of the company, part owner. And he went, listen, it's a big hit. We'll give them what they want. The reports are that they were probably going to do the heel turn here at Mania. And Rock's like, well, I'll be a part of it. We'll set him up.
That would have been huge.
This would have, it's just Dwayne's fault. It's just Dwayne's fault. Dwayne showed up, said, now let's do it here. And I really think they thought even a week ago that he could maybe be here.
Right.
Like,
boy, that would have been quite maybe one of the top 3 moment in WrestleMania history if John Cena did the heel turn at Mania.
Like, Cody gets aggressive. I think they would have had the same finish, by the way, which I will say of all the things, I did not hate the finish at all. That's a callback to the heel turn. I get that it makes Cody look dumb. That's kind of the whole thing. That's been wrestling for 100 years. Like, yeah, it's dumb, but it's like morals. So I get it. It's hard to act. But here's what, imagine the match is, because Cody almost fucking died against Kevin Owens. That would have been the last match. Then Chamber, he didn't do anything anyway. So he wouldn't have had any big title defenses until here. So Cena wins. Cody's burnt out. That was his storyline, was I'm tired and I have no friends left because they all hate me or are hurt. And then maybe we would have got one filler, but then we would have got here and Cena's like, don't worry, I'm your friend. I'm your childhood hero. Don't get too frustrated. Don't get too burnt out. Cody goes to almost hit him with the belt. Cena goes, no, don't. Nut shot, title shot. He wins. That would have been killer. By the way, big weekend for nut shots.
Big weekend for nut shots. Yeah.
Always is at Mania. But I will say, and I go into that much detail on it because I want folks to hear how frustrated I was when I say this next sentence, which is, I truly don't. I think we're in the clear now. I think they were screwed because of Rock's involvement because he wasn't going to be here. So would it have been any better if no one came out? And I know maybe it didn't have to be a binary, but if it was a binary, it's just no one came out from where it was, I still think we would have been like, eh.
I think so.
I think it would have been better, probably a little bit, because Travis Scott, I still thought Rock was coming. Like, it didn't make me go, okay, good, someone's here. I was like, why is it just Travis?
Right, like someone else is going to come now. Like, I guess the whole point with The Rock and the whole point with Travis being at the last one then is The Rock basically made him come and do this. Like,
I
again,
guess so.
It's just he's The Rock's muscle.
Dude. And I am in on now. Fine. Now that I know he's a thing, and he's probably on his own, sure, he can run in, but why? Why is he doing anything? That doesn't make any sense. I guess I kind of get it. Yeah, he's Dwayne's lackey, but here's what I don't want. I don't want us to wait for The Rock to show up now. I don't want that to be the story. I just want Cena to do his own thing. The Rock made him champ. Cool. If The Rock wants to come back and do something, The Rock can do it. Don't send your boy. Either you're here or nobody. So I'm excited about what Cena does next. I think Cody's going to be away from this belt for a while, which I think is okay.
Agreed.
Yeah, dude, Travis coming down and just getting a lick in.
I guess. I don't know. The Rock has really screwed up the storyline and screwed up wrestling. He could be the new Vince in terms of that, which I think is fun. So I don't like that. I don't know.
I heard someone today be like, do we get Cena Rock before it's all done? And I'm like, I don't want that.
I don't want that, but we might.
Yeah, I think What
if
Vince comes back.
The whole talk today on McAfee, right? He's the one pumping up Raw tonight.
Yeah.
There's two stories. It's John Cena's going to ruin wrestling, and Paul Heyman needs new muscle. What if they create like a super group?
Well, people were fantasy booking that coming in, which is, I do think, maybe the pivot they could have made, which is they just switch in Paul. And I think they could do that tonight. Like Paul Heyman and Seth agree with Cena. Right. I think I'm in on that. I am also in on Cena and Randy just doing things incredibly slow together.
Right.
And tearing things apart. I think that's good too. But Cena needs a faction. That's not just Travis Scott. I agree with you 10,000%. Even give him Fatu and Solo if you want it still to be connected to The Rock.
The Wyatt 7.
Dude, you've really missed that. They've done nothing on TV. That'd be awesome. I think there's a real opportunity here for Cena and the Wyatt 6-7 to do something because of
Heyman could be like their Paul Bearer, you know?
Yeah. I do really like that. I think there's an interesting story there with like the Wyatt 6 being like, well, we're the only ones who will help you because we see the little boy in there, you know?
Well, his whole thing is John Cena is sort of becoming anti-wrestling. Like he's just the anti-wrestler. Yeah.
And by the way,
the Wyatt family is just anti-wrestling too.
I will not acknowledge the people online who are saying this match was bad on purpose. You can be anti.
That's right. Okay, that's genius.
He's anti-wrestling, so of course this match had faults on purpose. I can see that with the first part. That is not the part I didn't like. It was the Travis Scott part, which is not.
Agreed.
Just have a wrestler do it, and I would have been more into it. Any wrestler.
Yeah.
We need the Wyatts back.
Patty Vogue. Thank you. I agree. We need something. Okay, so if we're grading this match, it's not C or D for me. I don't know how angry you are. I still think it's probably a B for me.
I think it's B for quality. I agree. Yeah. I'm excited to see where this goes. This is, and I would put the whole B tier there. I think B tier is maybe more missed potential. And that one more than most. I'd probably, for folks listening, put it between B and C.
Okay.
But
do you think it's worse than Stratton and Flair?
Definitely. I mean, it missed way more chances.
Sure.
I think Stratton and Flair is way closer to their max potential than Cody Cena was. I can't get over this being. This is what I'll say about that. This is Cena's last Mania match.
Maybe.
Honestly, good retort. That's so true. Who knows? I also think by the end.
By the way, really quick, when Randy was waiting for somebody to come out, did Goldberg cross your mind as well, or no?
No, only because Randy had the win.
Okay, I was convinced. I was like, has to be him.
Oh, I was going to say that. A little shout out to you, which is you want to know how good the Seth triple threat match was, that by the end, we weren't like, fuck this, Brock wasn't here. We weren't that upset, which I was like, that means this match was good. The fact that we weren't like, where's Brock? I'm mad about it. Yeah. I still think, by the way, though, Paul Heyman was looking at Seth like I was like, we're about to get Brock's music, like right now.
I know. A
third nut shot. He couldn't resist it. That's what I was waiting for.
I mean, very, very possible Brock is back now, though.
And if he is allegedly able to do so, and I can feel morally fine about it, I would like to. That's where I'm at with it, Internet. I'm not defending anything he's allegedly done. But I enjoy him on my TV screen, and I'd like to feel fine about it if that's possible. But
we don't kink shame. Okay,
we do consent shame.
Sure, but we need Brock back for a couple years, and then you know what Paul Heyman's never done. He can do one thing before he retires.
Cowboy Brock was the best thing I've ever seen.
I mean, that's true. Heyman has never, I don't think, managed a diva, right?
No, to my understanding and recollection. Who are you giving her?
Brock's daughter.
No, Broccolina.
Whatever her name is. I think it's just Brock.
Looks just like him. And but not a knock, folks. The resemblance is uncanny.
Yeah, it's just him. Yeah. Because she's gonna be a wrestler. You kidding me? She has to be.
Yeah. That would be good. Who on the roster do I also want? Brock. Or I was like, what female? I didn't know. I was like, are you gonna give him Bird Lady? Like, who are you gonna give him to manage? But
definitely not.
I want Paul to manage more people. We were talking about that. I'll be bummed if he doesn't.
Jade Cargill.
That'd be great. I mean, she could use someone to talk for her.
Right.
A little bit. Like, she just needs some help there. I would even, honestly, that if anything was going to get you into Bianca, she's the type that's like, here's my stamp of approval. Just go win a bunch of matches.
Sure.
Would do that. Or, no, I'm in on it. New fantasy stable that's separate from Seth. He's really serious with Seth, but he needs muscle, right? So he gets Braun Breaker and he gets Rhea Ripley, who at first start very businesslike. And as time goes on, Paul just starts barking and wearing makeup.
Yeah, spike collar and
mascara. By the end, he looks like he's going to a My Chemical Romance concert, howling at the moon.
Honestly, that would be incredible. What a send-off.
Yeah. I like that, and I like all of your suggestions that include, what about Otis? Which also very Hank and Tank.
Hank and Tank with Paul? That sounds good.
Shoot you.
God.
Or Honk. I got it wrong.
Otis could have been in the place of Joe Hendry as well. I mean, there could have been missed opportunity.
I believe in Joe Hendry. That was. I'm glad that was your favorite. That was good. What overall? If you had to put WrestleMania in a letter,
I would go B. It was okay.
100%.
It wasn't great, but it was okay.
I don't think it can be lower than B. Is that fair to say?
No, I think you could say C. Like, there's reason to be pissed. There's boring spots, and there's reason to be pissed.
That is so true. I think that's very fair when I think we liked night one more than most because we were watching it together. So I probably would have liked that. To
your point, that helped. It for sure helps. But
I liked night two.
I think it was better. Oh, did you? I think night one, I didn't see the first two matches. That could have really killed my vibe, the Clash of Clans one. I don't know.
When you hate Gunther, it would have wrecked your vibe.
It would. You're right. I was gonna, but the back half was good.
The back half was good. The last match was awesome. So I don't hate that. I think I liked the Damian match more than you did. I didn't like it, but so to me, everything through. I only didn't like the Paul and the Cena match. You know what I'm saying on night two?
Yeah.
So
true. That's fair.
I only actively disliked one match. So I think I would go that one, especially when it's night two had the triple threat, which was my fave, which was good. The fatal four-way, which was awesome. And then Randy, your new favorite wrestler, Joe Hendry. So I think those three, I'm those are probably three of my favorite things. So
true.
Night one, because what was top of your head, second favorite? Oh, El Grande. I was like, what's the second best thing on night one? But probably El Grande. Or Charlotte Tiff. I mean, on our list, it's
El Grande was better than that.
Yeah. Might have been better than everything. The entrance alone.
I mean, Fatu was good, though.
Oh, you're right. I hear you. That's where I'm I think B is fair.
Yeah.
I'm just I just WrestleMania is just one of my favorite weekends, and I'm an easy person to please. So it's if I think in a year from now, I'm only going to watch the stuff I liked, and I liked more than I didn't. So I'm even last year was S. This one to me is B+. But
comparing it to last year sucks because
that's what I'm saying. I just thought it was good. And next year, I think this is setup. Next year will be awesome. And then next year will probably be setup again.
I agree, but I hate that. That shouldn't be what it is. I understand.
You got to give you next year, this time, Dominic versus El Grande Americano.
That could be good. No, that would be good. Is he going to be El Grande Americano that long? That's a long time.
I don't know. Is there one? Okay, what's the build we want to see? One match a year from now.
That's a good point.
Travis Scott versus Joe Hendry.
It's just gonna be a music video match.
Stone Cold versus that lady.
True.
Brings her out to apologize. Stunner.
Perfect. That would work. We need a Randy push.
Randy Cena's great. Randy Cena's going to happen. I'm sad we haven't gotten Randy Rhodes yet. That just hasn't worked out, but that's like his actual mentor. So I feel like, honestly,
can we get a Randy Punk? Is that possible?
Oh, that'd be really good. I'd be in on. I do think. Give me a full push to like Punk. I would take Punk Cena at next year's Mania. They're going to do it at Money in the Bank, but I mean, I would do that. But I'd also be in on just give me a spin-off of Punk Seth or Punk Roman, like a one-on-one. Like, that'd be fine a year from now. I think the fun one I'm going to go, and they're saving this on purpose. They've purposely teased these two, and we're not there. I don't think either of these guys will be main eventers quite yet next year, at least that level. So a year from now, just let Fatu and Braun go at it and let me lose my freaking mind, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. That would be psychotic. It would just be, it would be hard to follow. There would be a lot going on.
Yes. Or the match that we got robbed of by his own actions, allegedly, which is, I am now sad that we never got Brock Lesnar versus Dominic Mysterio.
True. If Dom was still extremely hated, it would be better.
Oh, now I kind of like it. He's just like just the shittiest person ever, but getting cheered. That'd be great.
That's true. Yeah, now he's got a title to lean on, just to be even bigger. Like
wave it around. I'm the best. Yeah, 100%.
Right. Yeah, I mean Brock should. Okay, take this with a grain of salt. He should lean into the allegations coming back.
No. No, he shouldn't. No, he shouldn't.
He could, because he could just be like feuding with Dom and just be like, I'm going to take Liv. And you know what I'm going to do. You've read it. I'm going to poop on her.
Allegedly. That is, by the way, Mr. Stu Your Go, Brock's the character I kind of want to see.
True.
Yeah.
He's got to have a new thing. That one works.
Yeah. Tiffany versus anyone in a hockey mask. Just let her beat people up.
True.
Tiffany versus Liv, we're getting at some point, by the way. That'll actually.
You think so?
That's one for Dan.
It is. It's one for America.
That is,
to be honest.
El Grande special ref. But folks, that was Mania in a nutshell.
That was Mania, and you said this either on air, for sure off air. There's just been too much happening over the last few weeks, going into March Madness, going into Mania, going to this. So I think sometime soon on the show, we're going to lay out the sports year as it should be, because it shouldn't be March Madness, Mania, Masters, and Easter. Then now we got the NFL draft this week. Easter. Jesus didn't rise for this. He would have went back and this is overwhelming. There's too much happening.
The draft too. The NFL needs to frick off. That's the one that it's like you don't.
They step on people's toes for sure. They're fine
on purpose. You know it.
Yeah.
You know you do. That will be interesting.
They took Christmas from the NBA.
They did take Christmas from the NBA. That's so true, because I don't even know if I have an opinion on if the draft should move forward or backwards yet.
I don't know. I don't.
Yeah, I got to think about it.
Well, see, I'm such an NFL guy. I'm like, why do they have to move? I think it's a perfect time. I think Mania needs to move.
There's, I don't want to spoil it too much, but there's an obvious one, and it's, listen, if you put a month in your fucking name, you better be in that month.
Yeah. March Madness needs to have a hard cutoff.
Yeah, or not start on March 28th.
That too. That would help.
Every year they do this to me.
It feels like it's gotten later too. This never used to be. My March Madness back in the day was in March. Whole thing.
Well, this is, if I pull this out of my ass, I'm going to feel so good. I feel like the latest March Madness date that I can remember we didn't get. I feel, yeah, I was 100% right on this. They were going to start March Madness in actual mid-March for 2020. It was supposed to start on March 16th.
Okay.
And I like the idea that we tried it.
Yeah.
It didn't work. Global pandemic. What are you going to do? Now we have to
Don't
start.
That.
If we wait late April, we miss flu season.
That's right. It's for the student athletes. You got to do it during spring break, you know. Don't want to stress them out.
But it goes 3 weeks anyway.
I trust me, I know. But I think it is legitimately tied into the academic calendar is why they do it.
Well, who am I to stand in the way between the NCAA and their students?
Mm-hmm. That's what they care about. That's the bottom line. Because the NCAA said so.
Lawyer extraordinaire.
True. Jesus. I haven't even followed up on that. Maybe that's next week. Except for next week, sorry. It's all games. Last week of the month. Everybody knows what that means.
Game night.
That's why we were all business today. Next week is all play.
Yeah.
So we will see you then. It'll be a good one. Join Monday evening around 5:30, 6 p.m. Central, live on the FlurrySports YouTube channel. We're going to be gaming. It's going to be a good time. And Thursday, 6 starting, or maybe 7-ish. I think it's 7 p.m.-ish Central is when the NFL draft starts on the FlurrySports YouTube channel, Twitch channel, probably Facebook, on Twitter. Definitely join us and hear our live reactions to some insane trades, to some weird-ass fucking draft picks. Who are the Raiders going to fuck up with? That's going to be fun. You know, something's going to happen, and get our live reactions and talk to us about, you know, vent about your team probably as well.
That's right.
It'll be
congrats, by the way, to your newest New York Giant, Ashton Genty.
Oh my God. Yeah, true. We need a running back. We need a star.
Ashton Genty's going to ruin one fan base's night.
Multiple.
One team that really wanted him and didn't get him, and then the Cleveland Browns.
It also feels like a Jets pick.
It does feel like a Jets pick. I think the Giants are like, I think that is the lesson that fucker learned, Joe Shane.
That's
I guess we do pay that much for a running back. Okay, I've learned.
Okay. I mean, we'll talk about it a little bit next week because there's going to be something I need to get off my chest from